Tzu Chi volunteers companionship, a former loan shark heals the pain of losing loved ones. The 2019 TIMA Convention attendees learn more about medical services with humanitarian values. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Simon Gan. Thank you for joining us. In our next report, we'll meet a taxi driver, Zhou Honghua, who once worked as a loan shark and was in debt because of failing business. After losing his wife and mother-in-law in half a year, he lost directions in life. Then, he carried a passenger who comforted him and introduced Tzu Chi to him. Here's our report.
I often thought about whether or not I was dreaming for that period of time. It would be good if it was a dream. Then, when I wake up, they would be by my side. In order to ask them to pay back the money, I used different techniques. After meeting my wife, I realized what it means to lead a stable life. I realized that having knife and guns does not bring me security. In the past, when I had a knife, I would get into fights. When I owned a gun, I could not sleep well. When I lived in the southern Taiwan, the only decent job I could do was driving a taxi. Therefore, I moved to Taipei to drive a taxi. In just half a year, I lost the person who cares for me and the person who loved me the most. My wife never appeared in my dreams. I have a thought. Regardless of where she is, I would like to look for her, even if it takes 100 years, 500 years, or 1,000 years.
I met Brother Zhou on the day before the Lunar New Year. In fact, when Brother Zhou talked to me in the car, he said that his mother-in-law and wife passed away due to unnatural causes. It made me think about my own family. In 3 years, I lost 4 family members, including my grandmother, my mother, my younger sister, and my dog. He is also family. I chatted with him and I can relate to his feelings.
She kept comforting me. At this, she said something which I took to my heart. She said, "Brother Zhou, you must go home." I heard the word home. I do not have a home. As my family has been shattered, I do not have a home. I feel extremely emotional hearing the word home. I looked at her and she said, "Yes, you should return to Jin's abode, the home of the master." I am about to enter abode and return home. It has been half a year since my wife passed away. I made a vow to live my life normally. I want to move on with the love of my wife and mother-in-law.
Although there are not many Tzu Chi volunteers in Shandong, the activities for charity care are held regularly every month. Tzu Chi volunteers invited community residents to join the visits to elderly and care-recipient homes.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Shandong care for seniors regularly every month. This month, they visited Zhaoyuan Nursing Home. as the early autumn was cool. The volunteers invited the seniors to the outdoors to do exercise and watch performances.
It's good to see the seniors being energetic. They look all clean and refreshed. I'm very happy.
Volunteers treat the seniors as their own grandparents. They chat with them, give them a massage, and cut nails for them, making them very satisfied.
I think of my grandparents when I see the seniors here. I haven't visited them in the last summer holiday. I also want to go home to practice filial piety to them.
The world will get better if all of us treat others with love. Let's start to care about everyone around us, making the world better and better.
I don't have my own grandparents, but through today's activity, I saw many seniors here. The Master said we must not delay in being filial to our parents and doing good deeds. This is well said. My goal is to attend every activity to care for the seniors.
In addition to caring for the seniors of the elderly home, volunteers have also visited a care recipient. Mrs. Huang and her son are sick and need people to take care of them. Volunteers visit them regularly, telling them the power of love to overcome their difficulties.
24 youth ambassadors from Taiwan have traveled to Malaysia to visit the Kuala Lumpur Tzu Chi Free Clinic Center, Ampang Unity School, and Kuala Lumpur Ching Si Hall. Let's take a look.
24 youth ambassadors from Taiwan have traveled to Malaysia, visiting Tzu Chi Free Clinic Center and Ampang Unity School to understand the challenges faced by refugees. The refugee children showcase what they learned in school to welcome these young people from Taiwan.
I enjoy doing volunteer work. After learning so much today, I want to go abroad and help more people in need. I want to do my share to help the less fortunate people.
I feel motivated to serve the people in need. In fact, I've always wanted to volunteer full-time. That means to serve the people in need.
Their itinerary includes a trip to the Kuala Lumpur Ching Si Hall to meet with Tzu Chings.
Through the exchange between Tzu Chings from Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter and the youth from Taiwan, we can see how young people are all very lively. There are many things young people want to do, and they can realize their ideals.
A Tzu Ching from Kuala Lumpur and Selangor shares how the youth can make a difference.
I'm deeply touched by their spirit of giving without asking for anything in return. I remember there was a doctor who told me he had worked a night shift the night before. Despite that, he still came to the free clinic to help out after work. I should do my part to help them.
Since I am a student in medical major, no matter how busy I am with schoolwork, I find time to help out, especially with free clinics for refugees. As the master said, education is an important foundation. Besides providing medical care, we should also educate the public on health knowledge.
After learning about the spirit of Tzu Chi, brand new seeds of love have been planted. After they return to Taiwan, I believe our youth ambassadors and the Tzu Chi youth have built a good bridge.
This exchange experience has helped the youth in Taiwan and Malaysia learn from each other. In the future, they will be able to do their best to help more people in need.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor invited care recipients to visit a recycling station. Through the visit, the care recipients have learned not only how to sort recyclables, but also the importance of environmental protection.
Seizing each month Recycling Day, Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter invites care recipients to sort recyclables together.
At least if you do so, then we can save our money and it's more hygiene. You can guarantee that it's cleaner than using the plastic bag. So far, I have tried to convince my parents to use less plastic bag.
68-year-old Muthu, who is a care recipient, also dons the volunteer uniform to do recycling and promotes vegetarianism to the public.
All the mentors in Tzu Chi who taught me the good values in life were the ones that I should be proud of. Thank you. Being a Christian, I don't see religion as a barrier. I then think it is a step forward for me to do volunteer service.
Volunteers also present the importance of environmental protection through dramas.
Do not use the plastic about the plastic bag or the straws, any of the plastic, and then use the metals, and then or the wood, chopstick like a wood.
Using tap water as much as the length of a chopstick helps to save water resources.
So kita boleh jimat air.
Many people have been inspired to come to the recycling station, contributing their efforts to protect the environment.
I enjoy coming here because I can do my share to help. Even though I can only use one of my arms to help, I feel very happy to see everyone coming here to help out.
Through their visits to the recycling station, the care recipients have been encouraged to practice recycling at home.
The 2019 TIMA Convention has been attended by medical professionals from 24 countries. At the convention, they learn about Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit in the medical field and have been deeply touched. Let's take a look.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the focus of the current scientific development. At the 2019 TIMA Convention, AI robots welcome all the participants. AI can be utilized in the medical fields, including the diagnosis of different diseases and genetic research. The TIMA Convention has invited the director of Taiwan AI Labs, Lin Yinghong, to share how AI is being utilized.
The doctors can learn the professional knowledge with AI. This way, the doctors can save their time and energy when reading some medical images or compiling some medical reports. The doctors will have more time to focus on their patients.
In terms of medical technology, immunotherapy has been put into practice in Taiwan. The superintendent of Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center, Dr. Lin Xingrong, shares the newest medical trend with the doctors from different parts of the world.
Cancer patients do not have good immunocytes. After we strengthen the immunocytes, we put them back to the patient's body to fight cancer. This is what we are focusing on.
As scientific development advances fast, when applied to the medical fields, it could benefit the patients with more well-rounded treatment. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, after the medical professionals hold small-scale free clinics in 1993 in the remote regions in Jakarta, they discover more cases that need care.
We want to build a different kind of hospital in Indonesia so that Tzu Chi's humanitarian culture can be spread to the other hospital. It could lead the other hospitals to move forward in a better way.
The Indonesia Tzu Chi Hospital, which expects to inaugurate at the end of 2020, will be able to safeguard the health of the local residents. The TIMA Convention not only introduces Taiwan's development in medicine and science, it also shares Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit. A father-daughter pair from Honduras have learned about how Taiwan's medicine and science are developing. They've also witnessed the purpose of Tzu Chi Hospital, which is treating the patients as their own family.
The Tzu Chi Hospital provides a friendly environment. I can see that in any kind of situation, they want to do their best to help the patients. It's very impressive.
The TIMA members want to bring what they learned here back to their country of residence. After a tour of Tzu Chi volunteers' spiritual home, the Jingsi abode, the foreign volunteers can feel how Tzu Chi has been spreading great love in the past 53 years in different parts of the world. The wife of the superintendent of Jordan's Al Bayadar Surgical Hospital feels deeply touched.
I love your teamwork, and everybody here show me love. That's what I really like here, the most thing I really like. And I will be supporting my husband when I come back home to be a member in TIMA.
The TIMA members recharged themselves at the TIMA Convention, ready to inspire more medical professionals to safeguard the health of the sick and poor.
Turmeric is a natural nutrient that can resist inflammation and antioxidation. It is also confirmed by medical literature to prevent lung cancer, colorectal cancer, and other cancers.
The turmeric in my hand is usually be grounded into powder, which is usually added into dishes for seasoning. It has a lot of usage.
I usually add it in curry or to sometimes do soup because it is good for our body and our body won't feel parched after eating it.
It is anti-aging, and from the perspective of Chinese medicine, it helps me create heat in our body. Hence, it can keep us warm.
Adding oil and turmeric to fry fresh vegetables can enhance its flavor. Turmeric has so many advantages because it is rich in curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It has also been proven to have anti-cancer effects.
Now it becomes clear that turmeric can prevent lung cancer, colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, and breast cancer. There are many research reports showing these effects.
However, this natural nutrient has also been overinterpreted by the public. It is believed to have the effects of lowering lipids and even reducing weight if consumed.
It would be difficult to lower lipids if a person adds a lot of curry sauce and oil to the dish. If you want to make it into healthy products, based on current research, its effect in reducing lipids may not be as confirmable.
The daily intake of turmeric is recommended to be controlled within 200 mg. And because it contains potassium ion, kidney patients need to seek advice from dietitians before taking it. In fact, no nutrient is all-purpose cure-all. It is more important to take a balanced diet so as to make the most of its value.
During the 9/21 earthquake, many of the disaster victims were teachers themselves. Some lost their homes, while others have lost their loved ones. Next, let's meet 4 people who made a difference in the lives of the students in the hard-hit quake zone.
Returning to the place where his home fell 20 years ago, Zhou Gengxing's memory of it comes flashing back.
The wall crashed on my roof. It came crashing down.
On the night of the 9/21 quake, his wife was in the hospital having surgery, and his in-laws came to his home to babysit the kids and got caught in the quake.
My mother-in-law died immediately, and my father-in-law suffered severe head injuries. Therefore, my family faced a major turning point.
Still recovering from the pain of losing his family members and home, after the quake, Zhou was transferred to Xiuling Elementary, where he was faced with the enormous task of rebuilding the school.
I just faced it head-on and took good care of things, and you can get through the difficulties, as long as you are not just thinking about yourself. We hope the children can be close to nature.
In rebuilding Xiuling Elementary, the old trees were saved, and special attention was paid to the irrigation system to prevent flooding, as well as opening up the space, creating a bright and comfortable campus. The 9/21 quake did not defeat the principal. Instead, it helped remind him of his initial calling as an educator.
I came from an impoverished family background. I've always believed education can change a person's fate and also bring hope to the family.
Special guests are visiting the principal's office of Caotun's Dunhe Elementary School. They are the students Jian Xiuhe taught over 40 years ago.
Yang Wenbing has always been rambunctious. He always asks strange questions in class. This was a field trip photo. Back then, we would just go hiking.
Thinking back to 20 years ago, that year during Teacher's Day, Jian went back home to her half-fallen house to pick up something, And despite the phone lines being down for several days already, suddenly her telephone rang.
When the phone suddenly rang, it scared me. I went to pick up the phone, and I heard on the other end, Happy Teacher's Day.
A class leader in elementary school, Xie Yonghong, in 1999. That year, he called to check in on his former teacher.
I have some knowledge in engineering, so I thought to talk about the house with the teacher. I didn't know she would be this moved.
Later, a group of former students came together to help fix Jian's home. Serving for 42 years in the educational field, Jian remains passionate about it.
You guys are excellent. I hope you will continue to work hard.
No matter junior high, high school, or university, we will always remember you.
She often says the school is like a big family, and she's the mother.
I really love education and really love children. In the 9/21 earthquake, I saw many of the kids needing the strength and stability of school because their homes and their campus was destroyed. They really need our help rebuilding their emotional health.
Inside the music hall here in Puli, Xie Zhiwei and his family of 4 performed their flutes beautifully.
Her piano key is too high. You guys look at their reaction, and they look at my reaction.
Xie was born in Hsinchu, and in 1999, he rented a place in Puli during college and also taught music on the side.
I ran about 3 meters, and my house collapsed.
After the quake, Xie changed his original plan of going abroad. He chose to stay in the disaster zone and brought music to the tent areas and temporary homes.
Some of the children, when they listen to music, they can feel relief. In these instances, all we can do is play music for them.
Even when he got married and had kids, Xie continued to stay in Puli. He says it was the quake that made him decide to establish his roots in Puli. This is the end of the year celebration, showcasing the talents of 4 schools, including Nantou Zhongliao's Shangwen Junior High. The host is Wang Zhenzhong. Wang's real-life story of how he came back to the remote countryside to teach the kids affected by the 9/21 quake was penned into a book and later made into a movie.
I feel like the children's eyes light up. It's what I feel like has changed the most in the past 20 years.
During his teaching internship, he was determined not to stay in the countryside to teach. After the quake, he saw the needs of his students and stayed on.
I was able to report to Master Zheng Yan and the rest of the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, telling them that Shangwen Junior High is able to meet the standard in its software as well as its hardware.
It's due to the teachers' passion that the students in these hard-hit quake zones can remain on the path of education for a better tomorrow.
Tzu Chi volunteers gifted Jingsi aphorism books to a hotel in Xitou, Nantou. Thank you and goodbye.